Time to let it fly. Time to let it fly. Let it fly. Time to let it fly.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game. How it's ended.
Well, guys,
Great to hear that, DA. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they helped that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Gortat is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Matthews, and it's Porter in at the 3 spot.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on James Harden. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight, Greg, to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
Outstanding presence of mind. Harden is constantly looking for the open shooter.
Outside, Porter. It's Gortat, top of the key. There's the pick. 3-pointer, Lillard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now, here's Valanciunas. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Parsons against Gortat. Lillard attacking, and he converts the layup. Lillard's got 7.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Now Lillard following the miss by Chandler Parsons from deep. Matthews passes to Lillard. Gordon a screen. And here's Matthews from the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Matthews has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Valanciunas with a screen on Porter. Thomas dishes to Harden. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking to me. You hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Valanciunas, good.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling, Greg. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Now here's Matthews. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Thomas kicks to Harden. There's the three. Drains the three-pointer. Harden's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Beautiful stroke on the three ball there. Harden is a lights-out shooter from behind the arc.
Now here's Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that...
And still a close... And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And let's quickly... The Bucks trail. Here are the 5 for Seattle to start the second quarter. Damian Lillard out there with Matthews. Then it's Porter. Then it's Gortat. And it's Gordon in at the power forward position.
Well, you look at a player of Harden's ability, and a couple of things stand out for me. One is his competitive spirit. He's understated, but he's very competitive. He doesn't take nights off. He's a guy who really takes pride in showing up and playing every game.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." Agreed. Kevin?
The centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. And to illustrate Harden's competitive nature, last season he famously said, "I just want to hoop. I'll rest when I'm done." I thought that's exactly what you want to hear from your team leader.
Yeah, you love hearing that. Owning the responsibility of leading and showing up all the time. And Harden, heavily depended upon by his team, gives you everything he has every night. Not super flashy, but very competitive and driven.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Dishes it to Nance. Over Gordon. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Lillard against Harden. Matthews passes to Lillard. Back to Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Matthews has got 5.
Much respect you gotta give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
Here's Harden. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off. And
it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Screened by Valanciunas. Thomas dishes to Harden. 1:21 left here in the second. Here's Valanciunas. And that one's drained from the low block. 7 points in the game. For Seattle, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Much respect to Matthews for his focus. I mean, you can't tie this guy down. I mean, he's excellent at scoring through contact.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Seattle.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Thomas. Another shot. And Valanciunas with the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Outside, Porter. He dishes it to Gortat. Lillard from outside sinks the triple. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Parsons with a screen on Matthews. To the right side. Here's Nance. Drops it in from 11 feet. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and checking out Seattle. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And you, big fella. And that wraps up halftime.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now. Milwaukee with the ball. They trail by 3. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Isaiah Thomas out there with Harden. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Parsons in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And you know about Harden shooting and his ability to get to the line and all that, but you know, Clark, what some people don't realize is just how fast he's going end to end. I mean, he can just blow by players in the open floor.
Yeah, he's got deceptive speed, Kevin, and part of that is how he's worked to change his body from his college days at Arizona State to who he is in the NBA. He slimmed down a bit, but he still has that strength and that barrel-chestedness that allows him to play so well through contact. But you're right, his speed is lethal and deceptive.
Right side, Thomas. Nance outside. Bucks passing it around. Lillard against Harden. He feeds it to Valanciunas. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break. Checking out the three-point shot ratio for Seattle. Seattle has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Lillard outside. On the wing, Gordon. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Harden kicks to Nance. Thomas against Matthews. Lets it go from 14. Thomas's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Quarter passes to Lillard. Right side, Matthews. Great open look there. Now it's a 6-point Seattle lead. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin, there are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes in that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Nance outside. Lillard against Harden. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Screened by Valanciunas. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from James Harden.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pump.
On the wing, Gordon. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That is his first foul of the game. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Nance a screen. Thomas kicks to Harden. He nails it, and we're tied up. Harden's got 15 points.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
I mean, anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth, guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And boy, I tell you what, he's really coming to his own this year. I mean, that is an enormous step up from what he shot at the line last season. Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release, mark it up.
Matthews with it. 13 points in the game. There's a screen. There's a screen by Gortat. And Matthews kicks to Lillard. Off target with his 3. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Seattle leads by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Here's Lillard. And on the floor for Seattle here in the fourth, Aaron Gordon out there with Gortat. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. Milwaukee's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Nance sets a screen for Harden. To the paint. Terrific design on the pick foot. He lays it in. Nance has got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks. And Lillard kicks to Porter. Pass to Gortat. They set the screen. The shot by Lillard wide open. It's good from long range. And Seattle leads by 2. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Screen by Valanciunas. There's the dish to Parsons. The 11-footer, and it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Nance. Valanciunas has got it all tied up now for the Bucks. Outside, Porter. On the wing, Gordon. And again, Seattle with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Parsons dishes to Harden.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Seattle.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game. Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Fires from deep, and another 3 for Seattle.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Valanciunas with a screen on Lillard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Love the ferocity. Heck, that's one of my favorite words, ferocity. Harden, excellent at accelerating and decelerating. That's the thing that makes him so tough. He can go fast, slow, or mid-range speed.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Harden hits them both.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
There's a good screen. Matthews with it. Now Thomas defending. Lillard from outside. And again, Seattle with the triple.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor. This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
There's a screen by Gorton. Three-pointer. Back to Matthews. Porter, a screen on Thomas. There's a screen by Gorton. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
That one goes. Count it. And now 24 points for James Harden.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And, you know, this is the time to do it. Sinking triple after triple. And it ends up becoming contagious.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And he's earned it with his three-point shooting more than anything else. I mean, his stroke from beyond has been smooth as silk, and 18 of his points have come from long range. A nice contribution.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last timeout, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what the head coach of the Bucks said to his team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
And, you know, these are easy ones. Once you're this close, it's academic.
Parsons with a screen on Matthews. Harden left side. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5.
You really got to appreciate how smart Harden is. Incredible at changing pace and gears quickly. Keeps the defense very much off balance.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
No time to waste at all. Got to let it go fast.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. And now we've got the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Got to stay active when Gordon's out there. I mean, his ability to make something out of nothing is huge for this team.
Feeds to Valanciunas. Harden outside, and Thomas has it in the corner. And so it's Seattle winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean,
thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do
Rolling Japanese till I float. Rolling, I've been living